We in there.
Let's go.
I'll label this video as a must win. You know that, don't you? I don't know about y'all, but I label this thing as a must win. Ooh. Must. For both teams. Basically. You don't think the Saints, man, they don't like the Cowboys, we don't like the Saints. Hey, I don't think I talked to you guys about those. Hey.
I can't wait to hear it.
Aficionados.
Can't hear OC.
Yeah, I can't hear OC. He sound like he OC come out and come in. You know how it go.
Had to come out and get out of here. Come on.
Get out of here. Come in.
In that chopper.
Ah. Man. Ooh, we got a lot of football to talk about. And I love the final word, bro.
Oh boy.
What flavor that Kool-Aid is this week?
Silver and blue.
Ha.
For real. Silver and blue Kool-Aid, bro.
I like y'all, man. I like y'all.
It's gonna be silver and blue every week.
Yeah.
The right amount of sugar, the right amount of water. And you know, and see what I love even right now before we even start the show.
Right.
Everybody's so cool. You know, everybody's so, because we know what's gonna happen. We know. I feel the confidence. I feel it. All my homies, Big A, James, cool. My boy Law is laid back, cool, with a fresh comb through his beard.
We calling it cool. We calling it tense.
You tense? Oh man.
Nah, I ain't cool. I'm just like they just better come play. They don't better just not play around. You know what I'm saying? Though, like.
Yeah,
I'm really not for the games. Like, you know, a couple times we'll see like, oh, we didn't have some good practices this week. I ain't want to hear none of that this week. I don't hear none of that.
Right.
You better blow these boys out. You better blow these boys out.
Right on.
Oh, he looking for a blowout.
No, it has to be.
Ooh.
The final word.
The final word.
There's no reason why it shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying?
All day.
I feel you, dog. I feel you.
You got a team on 4-game loser streak. Everybody else been coming in there. No, we can't go back to the old Cowboys with the old thing. You know, here we go again. Now we gotta get past that. Just gotta do it right here.
Yeah, I'm all waiting for that beat right now.
I just wanna run it up. Kinda check or something. I've been really in the field, let up.
Run it up.
I've been really in the field, like Rich, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check us on. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside.
Come on.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T, Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this.
Go. Yeah. we got here.
Yeah, we in the dough.
We in there.
That's what happened when you fly planes when they're in there.
Yeah. You got to make sure you got the landing gear, baby.
Yeah.
So
Put
big.
everything on it. Look, put
Yo.
everything on it, but we don't got the wheels. We
Yo,
can't land
yo,
this thing.
It's always the same, man. You know you kick it off. What you got, big homie?
Oh man, I got some frustration right now. You know what I'm saying? I got some frustration right now. That Raiders game, y'all, just really just frustrated me. I'm sure it frustrated y'all, those penalties. But you know, I ain't never the guy try to ever say rest. I ain't never that guy. But these ref calls just really impacted the game, and it was frustrating. And yeah, I just look at that Raiders game like they weren't better than us. I don't, I just look at them like frustration in that game because that's a game that should have been won. Just how it was reffed, how it was played. It was just frustration all the way through. But Saints are ahead right now, and we were just talking off air a little bit. This got to be a beatdown type game the way they did them Falcons. Like they got to come right back and reassert themselves because 6 games NFC. 3 of the next 4 NFC East. You need to beat these guys up these next 4 games and take a stranglehold this NFC right now.
My dog, Big Game James. Did you eat before the game or you ate after the game?
I did a little bit of both. I don't know, dog. That just that Raiders game just frustrated me to no end.
Man, I mean, 14 penalties, man. 14 penalties for both sides. But we can clearly see that they had an agenda against the Cowboys. And I hate to be the person that say that, just like you just said. But we can clearly see with our eyes that, hey, man, the Cowboys, every Sunday, they got to be prepared to talk about that they're going to play against 2 teams. But one thing that I want the Cowboys to do is to just hush. Hush it up because they going to do what they going to do. You just got to execute and perform. And I hate saying that, Cowboy Nation, but we are at the point that these aficionados, they looking at it like, hey, I know for sure that we had 38 to 39 million people watching, and it's time for me to flex the son. Hakali's son was flexing his muscles. You see, he was doing the same thing his daddy used to do. So it's one of those things that these guys, these officials, they use the Cowboys for ratings. They use the Cowboys for all of those things, basically.
Yeah, man. It was since obviously what we're talking about is the Raiders.
Right.
The Raiders game was a very winnable game. And
big facts.
All of us hate to talk about the refs, but it was a very ugly officiated game. But crazily, I came out encouraged. I did. That feedback is coming from you, James. I put you on hold for a little bit, for a little while, you can work on your sound. But just looking at all of it, I still came out encouraged because, the cavalry is on its way. Jerry said that, and that's true. I mean, right. We was missing superstars. So to have a winnable game, right, and even in that winnable game, was very close to winning it, and we still should have won it. It was some things that we didn't come through on that could have still won that game. That just tells me that we still a very good team.
I mean, if you look at it, the kicker make his kicks, right? And there was an opportunity in the overtime, of course. If you get a first down, maybe you slow everything down, and we did win it in overtime. We won a coin toss, for crying out loud, right? But if you want to sprinkle some optimism in it, and Dak Prescott. He tried to play to his best abilities with the cards that he was dealt with. We've seen Ezekiel Elliott playing through an injury. That's a Warriors mentality. Mm-hmm. But Tony Pollard, he played, man, like he had the world on his back. Man, running that in for a touchdown on the kickoff return, that was everything. But like you said, it was a very winnable game.
Yep.
And we can start looking at everything and saying, okay, excuses, everyone got one, right? Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. And the coaching staff should have looked into that reasoning and say, okay, kicker, you 46%. That's a lot of percent chance that you will miss these kicks. We need to keep Lyram, the last name of that guy, I believe, was close to Hallelujah. At least keep him. Maybe you get some hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? Glory to come on his team to make the kick. But God, dog, how you miss the kick? You keep missing every other game.
Yeah.
So, from my recollections, from my knowledge, and from my understanding, he's gonna make every kick this game, right? Against the Saints.
Man,
but against the Washington team, he's bound to miss a kick according to the numbers. But go ahead.
I wanted to throw a question out there, just an open question real quick. Well, do y'all still want to talk about the Raiders? Because I'm gonna be all over the place real quick. But I was thinking, like, obviously with Dan Quinn taking over as head coach, I wanted to get y'all thoughts on the advantage of him coaching for Atlanta and going against the Saints, or just whatever your thoughts are about Dan Quinn as the intermediate head coach. I ain't heard from you yet, OCC. We'll start with you.
Yeah, man. You know, this goes back to a little bit of what we talk about every week on Competition Tuesdays, right? And this is not a competition in the sense that he's going to take over for Mike McCarthy, but it is a proving ground to show how he manages a game coming from the defensive coordinator position. And, you know, does he still have it in him to be a good head coach? So I think that this is a real good opportunity for Dan Quinn and his future based on how the Cowboys do. I think that the advantage is that being the head coach in Atlanta has given him the opportunity to see the Saints and to see them, you know, multiple times. And so, you know, he should have a real good feel for this game. And, you know, let's see how he does it and manages the responsibilities of the management of the whole team and still having a good pulse on that defense. So it should be interesting to watch.
All right, I just used my Google machine over here, and it says Dan Quinn all-time record against the Saints is 4-6.
Good. Yeah.
2-3 in the Superdome.
Man, see, and this is the reason why I was thinking about that, because, you know, a lot of people have been saying, obviously, we've been kind of getting handed to it, or losing to these AFC teams. And a lot of that is not being familiar. But he's very familiar, and he's very familiar going against that head coach. Because I think when we're dealing with sometimes the chess of a game, right, it's good to know the tendencies and the personal tendencies of the guy you're going against. Like, if we was going against Jason Garrett, I guarantee all of us would
How you
be
doing,
good.
guys?
We would know the tendencies of Jason Garrett. So that just gives me a lot of positive vibes in the moves that our organization is making, even though we kind of handicapped still a little bit.
Yeah, so
Am I on? Am I on?
Yeah, you was on, big bro.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, sound great.
Okay.
No feedback.
Go ahead, OC. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it was on you.
Oh, I was just gonna say, you know, Dan Quinn, he's got familiarity with that, NFC West. But I think at the end of the day, the veteran head coach, I think there's a good trust level that Dan Quinn has kind of proved himself earlier between the defense, the whole staff, the organization. I think they open him with welcome arms, and I think he's done everything to kind of cement their trust. So I think it's just it's another day. There shouldn't be anything big. This shouldn't be, oh my gosh, Dan Quinn is coaching the team. This should be no big deal. Yeah, he may not have a winning record against the Saints, but you know what? They don't have a winning record right now. They lost 4 in a row. I know it's the Saints, and I know it's a little personal in my opinion, because Sean Payton already talking about bringing Taysom Hill out there. When I seen him, I knew he was going to bring him, I know he wasn't going to try to play no Travis Simeon. Not no 4 games and you lost, and he was going, yeah, they was calling for him, but he wasn't going to do it. But he got ties with them Cowboys, and it's personal with them Cowboys. So he was like, we need a spark. So I'm going to bring in Hill because anything can happen in this game. So I'm going to do anything to make it happen. And that's what I kind of see right there, how we kind of playing in these Saints, because they don't want to lose this game. I think you said it in the beginning, you, Law, or Boss, this is personal. New Orleans is right next to Dallas. You know what I mean? This is a personal game for New Orleans. They take it really serious, and it's in the Superdome. So Cowboys just come prepared. I don't think it's a big deal in my opinion, but I think some of the guys that still ain't, here, that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it's a very big deal. Was you gonna say something, Law?
Oh, well, nothing is easy, but we would like for it to be that way. And unfortunately, I believe Amari Cooper's still battling through some of the symptoms from C19, and I hope all is well with him. Let's not cast aspersions on him. Let's pray and hope all is well with him. Ezekiel Elliott was a full participant in practice today, as well as CeeDee Lamb. We need CeeDee Lamb. We need these guys to be on the same page with Dak Prescott, because we going up against the 3rd-ranked defense. And I get it. A lot of people will look at the New Orleans Saints and say, hey, they just lost 4 games in a row, Law. We shouldn't be worried about Lattimore. We shouldn't be worried about Cam Jordan. We shouldn't be worried about Demario Davis. We shouldn't be worried about Davenport. I think that he's turning the corner and getting back out there. So there are some things that we will have to play solid on, because if anybody can replicate what the Denver Broncos did to us, will be the Saints, because they got the talent-wise to do such on the defensive side of the coin.
Yeah. Good point. Go ahead, Ose. I'm sorry.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and say something, man. This is the Dak Prescott game.
Ooh,
This game here, this is the Dak Prescott game. Can Dak lead that offense and lead this team when the chips are down and when we really need to be led, and we need Dak to step up and make big throws, make big plays, and scramble if he needs to? It's a hostile environment.
Right.
And Law gave the record earlier. Look, man, Drew Brees was starting several of those years when Dan Quinn went there and lost, 3 games or what have you. That's a very difficult place to play. It's rowdy, it's loud. They got Dallas coming in town. They know that they're going to be amped and hyped up. It's Thursday Night Football, the first game of the coming weekend. So this is a Dak Prescott game to me. This is a good barometer of how elite Dak Prescott is. This is a real good barometer, because we don't have Steele. We got Collins starting at right tackle. We got Smith starting at left tackle. We're going to have probably Connor McGovern in there at left guard. We got Badiaz, and we're going to have Martin. Look, man, they have freaking Mark Ingram that's probably going to be the starting running back. Mark Ingram don't scare nobody. Mark Ingram don't scare me. Like, hey, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, I hope he goes and gets it. They're not going to have their real big hitters. Listen, Taysom Hill, no shade, he's not an elite quarterback. He doesn't scare me. So can we do enough on offense to quiet this crowd down and make the big plays when they bring pressure, and they're going to commit to stop the run? We know that. They're going to commit to stop the run and say, Dak Prescott, show us what you got, big boy. You ain't playing well 2 out of the last 3. Can you lead this team, and can you win a football game?
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, it's coming, boy. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming, bro. No, bro, I'm not gonna let you do it. I'm not gonna let you do it. No,
What's
this
that?
is not on Dak Prescott. This is supposed to be a team effort. It's a team effort.
Big game, James. Yes, it is.
Oh man, I wish I had a fight button for you too. I don't. I'm gonna make one.
I didn't mean to jump in and cut you off, boss. I apologize. But
No,
this is a
no,
Dak
you
Prescott
don't. You don't
game.
apologize.
Yeah, I do apologize, because this is a Dak Prescott game, dog. This is, because just like you said, man, Dak has struggled. Everybody, it doesn't matter. Dak is a beast. Dak is a monster. He's been playing great this year, but you know what? He's struggling a little bit. And even in that Raiders game, he wasn't finding his way until kind of the end when him and Gallup was hooking up on some really good throws. But you know what? this is a game. You got, yes, Ezekiel Elliott's been a full participant, but he's still ailing a bit. The line is still kind of in flux. You don't know what's going on with Amari. CD Lamb is coming back. But at the end of the day, we talked about it last week and the week before, boss. This team goes as Dak goes, dog. If this team goes as Dak goes. And if Dak is not playing well and he's not making those plays, this team kind of follows the same way and starts playing kind of the same way he does in the game, kind of inconsistent. And you know what I mean? Watch how the team plays. It takes over how Dak has played. So I think since Dak has struggled, the team has struggled.
Man.
Facts.
So I want to know. When has Dak struggled?
Oh, here we go. All right, listen. Dak Prescott struggled very, 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 very clearly in that Denver game. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
He struggled clearly. Okay.
Yeah.
And
like three throws. I remember about 3 bad throws.
No, it wasn't even throws. I wish we had the tape. I wish we had the wide tape because I would break down.
I wish.
No, listen. The OC watches this film, Boss Cowboy, and I will break down. No shake. Pimp the pen, boss. Pimp the pen. I know Dak Prescott is your son, but I'm talking about. Oh God! And I ain't got no. I love Dak Prescott. Please, no. I love Dak. Dak, but okay, say whatever you want. But the truth is the truth. He didn't play his best versus the Raiders. And Big Game said the best.
Man, I asked you a simple question. I'm asking for.
Tell
me the throws.
I told you. He said,
"Tell me the throw."
I told you 2 games. Okay, miss throws to Gallup. A couple missed throws, I believe, to well, I know a couple to Gallup. I'm not gonna
listen at you. I know a couple.
Boss, don't beat the man down.
Yeah, you can't do OC like that, dog. Cause we had to get because you know daggone well, boss. He missed some throws.
He did.
Yes, he missed some throws. He did. And Dak just hasn't looked the same. You know, you can just watch from afar and say, okay, Dak is not looking the same, and he needs a fire game. That bounce back game that he had against the Falcons when he came right back. But I think this is a critical game. As I said, and I didn't mean to cut you off, OC, but I just feel like this is critical. The last 6 games are all NFC games, right? You know, you talked about it earlier. 3 of those 4 games were AFC games. You don't want to lose them, but you're better losing 3 AFC than 3 NFC. So here's the meat. You're playing the Washingtons twice. You're playing the Giants. You can basically take over the division right here, and it has to be Dak, dog. It has to be Dak. He has to make these big throws. He has to get, you know, I hate when the Cowboys get the ball and it's 3 and out. That bothers. It's just like, it's almost like, oh boy, it's gonna be a funny game. You know what I mean? It's like we got to come in clicking. We got to have some hurry up type offense. Get that offense kind of going, clicking fast. You feel what I'm saying? Feels like they're kind of stagnant. We got to get some quick, fast motion going up in that offense and get it kind of high octane again.
Right.
No doubt, no doubt.
I mean,
I see that comment up there on the screen. You know what passes that Dak Prescott dropped. Let me ask you this, not Big Game, James. Oh, not the OC. Boss,
what's up?
Let me ask you this. And you know, Dak, my guy. You know, we love Rain Dakota Prescott. Mm-hmm. In these last 3 out of the 4 games, if you remove the Atlanta Falcons tape, what did Dak Prescott do well at? And I'm not, look, y'all know I'm just asking, objectively speaking, before y'all try to crucify me. But what did he do well at? You know, what did he overcame? Go with it.
Because you're being objective. I appreciate you being objective, Law.
He actually asked me, bro. He actually asked me. You know what I'm saying?
This question, I said I appreciate this question. Go ahead and answer.
I know, man. Golly, can I answer the question, brother?
Answer.
Man, golly. He asked me a question. What did he do well? Because I asked the question, where did he mess up? He said, where did he do well? Right. So, what did he do well? I think.
Don't ruminate. Now go with it. Shoot it.
Man, you know I'm gonna shoot it, man. Hold on. You know I'm gonna shoot it. Like it's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. I gotta clear our views on, man. I gotta clear our views, man. You know I'm finna man run this to the house. I say this, see, because this go different than what you think, Law. I would say this. Yeah, Dak hasn't looked like Dak 2 out of the last 3 games, right? Dak has been playing on a very, 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 very high level previously before the last 2 out of the last 3 games. Because we all know he lit it up on Atlanta. We know that. So all I'm doing, fellas, is I'm being very careful because sometimes your quarterback have bad games. Now, we so used to Dak being like almost at an MVP level and fighting for his reputation, fighting for his money. We so used to Dak being on and on and on and on that we don't understand that sometimes these boys have bad days. So I'm just saying, I don't want us to get to the point where we always putting it on our quarterback when he got other guys that surround him that's getting all this money. So to answer your question, when did Dak make plays? He made plenty of plays. He made the play to Gallup. He was throwing a vertical ball in the second half very well in the Raiders. I mean, dimes. And then, you know, but what happens with Dak is when he misses a play like what he did on Noah Brown, that stands out exponentially, especially because it was overtime, you know? So the normal Dak that we all used to hit that throw. We know that, like big. We know he hits that throw to Noah Brown on normal Dak, but that was bad day Dak. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things to where I feel and I love all the accountability from the group, and I would never take away accountability from these guys playing well. I just don't feel comfortable saying this game go come down to one guy.
Well, let me say this though, boss. Hold on, before you finish that, Law.
Yeah.
Let me just say this, boss.
Yeah.
Just checking. You know, I made a post about. You know, I was concerned about Dak's deep ball. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I made a post about it a couple of weeks ago. I was concerned. It looked like he was kind of off on his deep ball, wasn't completing it. Then I said I looked at his percentage. I brought his percentage. It was like 34% on the deep ball, going over 20 yards going into that game.
Yeah.
Against the Raiders. He was 4 for 4, 59 yards and a touchdown over 20 yards. So great job right there. But here's something I looked at right here, and this is, I think, one of the reasons why these teams are playing the press coverage. Okay. Dak Prescott on his medium throws, right, 10 to 19 yards, he's completing 56.8% of his passes. Not great, right? Deep ball throws over 20 yards, 39.6. And I'm not ridiculing my quarterback. I love my quarterback, but this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
His highest percentage are 9 yards and in, 81%, 93%. So what that's telling me, these teams are going to press him if they feel like, okay, you can only complete them short. We're going to get all up on you, and you got to complete them short window throws. Right. Or you know what? You're going to have to. We're going to press you, and you know what? We're going to blitz you, and we're going to see if you can complete that deep ball.
Right.
Facts.
1-on-1 tight coverage. We're going to see.
Facts.
And I feel like this is the reason why.
And I said this last 2 big game, James, to your point on the Boss Cowboy Sports Show. I said, look, Dak playing against press coverage and corners that can cover. Dak is going to have to begin to prove that he can consistently make the throws in the tight windows, because that's what he's going to get in the playoffs, and that's what he's going to get versus the upper echelon teams. Yeah, Dak has played at an MVP level previously these last 2 out of the 3 games, but, you know, to be honest, man, his completion percentage is a little bit down. Right, his QBR is a little bit down, and this is just me looking at data. And I'm not, you know, pile driving Dak. I'm saying that Dak is so critical and so important to this team. It's a team game, but Dak is so critical in terms of his play and in terms of his motivation and leadership that we need Dak to play at an MVP level. With everything else that's going on, we need Dak to play at an MVP level to win some of these tough games. And Dak has to prove he can make these tight window passes, man. Straight up.
And oh my God, off the top rope. You dirty.
I know I'm dirty. I'm dirty. I am dirty.
Let me say this though. Let me say this, Boss Cowboy, before you go. Before you go, Boss. Before you go, man. Before you go.
The button.
Look, look, Joe Montana, and I'm not trying to say Dak Prescott is that, but Joe Montana had Jerry Rice. Troy Aikman had Michael Irvin, right? And we can go on and on and on about these good quarterbacks throughout the course of the years. And I'm not saying that these guys should or they needed Michael Irvin and Jerry Rice. But Dak Prescott guy been Amari Cooper. What Big Game James just lamented, and as well as the OC broke down, was the fact that, hey, press man coverage, hey, when you get everything close, these guys have figured something out. Dak Prescott, if your receivers can get open down the field, maybe you can beat us that way. But it seems as if, though, you're not able to with the caliber of receivers that you got now. Now, what I'm trying to say here as well is that there's another category of quarterbacks, like the early stages of Tom Brady. He didn't necessarily had a dominant or a leading type of wide receiver, but he was in a perfect system. Yeah. And lo and behold, now you're seeing that even is it Mac Jones over there in New England? They're doing the same system. So I'm not saying that Dak Prescott is a system quarterback, but what I'm saying is collectively, the way certain quarterbacks play, they play well in systems, or they play well with a caliber receiver like Amari Cooper. That's why Amari Cooper been missed with this team. And also that's why the 12 personnel been missed as well. Without Blake Jarwin taking the middle of the field and Dalton Schultz killing people from the short and intermediate routes, we are seeing wide receivers not getting the necessary separation. We're seeing the stage being too bright for some of these guys, and they playing basketball with the football or volleyball with the football, and we're not seeing the same caliber of team. We'll find out this Thursday whether or not CeeDee Lamb can step up, and we don't know whether or not Amari Cooper will be back out there, but we'll find out what this team will be about this Thursday if these guys can play.
We do got us a super chat real quick. I just want to address it because I think it's a good one. It's a real good one. I take it. It came from Coach Marv. Coach Marv came in the building and he said, tell what QB throws for 32 out of 47 with 375 yards with his two top receivers out. 2 TDs, 1 TD called back, no turnovers, and that's a bad game. I don't know, Coach. Hey, Coach, listen, Coach. Listen. I tried, Coach. I tried.
But see, we're okay.
Hold on. Now you moving the post. We not saying
you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that because I think a third of the Cowboys fan base looking at the stats. We're looking at the Cowboy stats.
Dak Prescott didn't play well. They go automatically saying that, okay, he played horrible or he played trash. No, we're not saying. I don't think that we're saying that.
I don't think nobody said trash. I'm just saying when you put up this type of stat. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, Long.
No.
Okay. This is what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
Listen. I know nobody said he trash. I already know the people on this panel, they know football. Like, I know y'all not saying he trash. I'm just saying, to Coach Marv's point, that to me, when you put up these type numbers, even with a couple of balls that's off, that you did your job. just you know what I'm saying?
So you can't tell me this though, boss. You can't tell me going into New Orleans that Dak Prescott needs to have that type of game. Are we really going to say we need to rely on Tony Pollard? Are we going to have to say, how's this offense really going to move? How's this offense going to cook? What if Amari Cooper doesn't play? This has to be a Dak Prescott game like OC says. Dak got to come in, whether he got Seti, whether he got Noah, whether he got Malik Turner, whether he got Tony Pollard. He need to, shuffle to those guys, make them big throws when it's third down. You know what I'm saying? Moving that ball. And he's been doing it. Like I said, second half, you saw it, but it looked like in the first half he was a little bit out of his way. You saw he came in that second half cooking. We need to see that cooking the way he was cooking in that Raiders game in that second half. We need to see a continuation of that game going into that New Orleans because guess what, boss? It's going to be a hostile environment. Guess what, coach? It's going to be a hostile environment in New Orleans. Y'all already know that's a personal game, man. So, and New Orleans always plays us tough. And just like Law said, New Orleans has the type of defense that the Denver Broncos, if they want to mimic, they have the cornerbacks. They have those athletic linebackers. They have, just like he said, Davenport. He has 5 sacks right now. He's growing into that position. Jordan has always been a nemesis. They got guys that can do things, can give you problems. So Dak has got to play big because that defensive line may get at him. We saw the offensive line that's had its way a little bit. You feel me?
Yep.
Dak may get a little bit of pressure. That's got to step up. Boom, make them big throws. If there's an opening and his leg is good, run a little bit. He got to do whatever it takes to win this game, big dog. And I know he is. I'm not doubting Dak at all. I'm just saying he got to be that guy.
He's still MVP elite Dak to me, baby.
Yeah, no doubt. I know everybody stand on Dak. But I think you're so right, Big. Like when Big talk about, that secondary, they got the secondary to his point that can play very good, especially on bump and run, man. Now
was Paulson on that draft guard, man?
Yeah. Well, he was in the first one. He wasn't in the second one. Yeah. Paulson, I grew out of love with him because he was getting beat deep a lot his senior year. So, and then he started looking lanky. He started looking lanky to me, but yeah, he played. I remember his first game versus Green Bay was real good. I was like, man. Anyway, but Big Game James, excellent point on that. I think because sometimes it's teams that do match up well against us. I don't think it's no answer for us when we playing good, but there are teams that do match up well against us. Okay,
and let me quantify something. Again, on no shade on Dak Prescott, but in particular, let me really drill this thing down when we talk about play well. No, I'm gonna drill it down. And I'm crystal clear, Boss Cowboy. I'm gonna make it crystal clear. Dak Prescott needs, in particular, to come up big on third downs. We need to convert. We need to convert third down. And in the last 2 out of 3 games, we have not converted a lot of third downs, thus turning the ball over on downs and also having that young defense out on the field. And they've held up pretty well. But for us to score on the road and for us to control tempo in the game, we got to convert a little bit better than we have in the last 2 out of the last 3 games on third downs. Now, some of those have been drops, a wide
exactly.
And that's true. So I'm being balanced.
God, dog.
Some of those have been wide receiver drops, but I'm saying collectively, we got to convert on third down to win in the Superdome, man. We got to convert, man.
And that's what I'm saying. Because the key thing is you said it at the end, and that's my whole point. It's going to have to be a team effort. Like, them boys can't go out there and drop all them balls like they did. Because what's the one thing that the Kansas City game had with the Denver game? Massive amounts of drops. I mean, massive drops. You know what I mean? Like, if you would have caught your balls, he have a good game. But what stands out when you drop all those balls is your bad balls with your drop balls. So it's like, I want the proper amount of weight on my quarterback, because what's going to happen is the moment he make one bad throw and throw for 375 yards, 400 yards, no interceptions, 3 touchdowns, they going to say, Dak ain't been playing good. But like, hold on, God, wait. Like, if that's a bad game.
I think Dak's gonna have to do it his whole career until he wins a Super Bowl.
Facts.
I mean, it just seems like that's what they always gonna do with Dak, dog.
Bro.
Like, it doesn't matter no matter what it is.
Right.
It's just he's just gonna get that. He's gonna have to win a Super Bowl, dog.
That's what it is.
And even then, he gonna have to win it. You know what I'm saying? They'll still be like, oh well, the blah 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 won it.
He gotta win it.
It's like it's crazy how he don't really get his props, but it's weird because I don't know about y'all. I just want to say this. Y'all seen, and I ain't taking none. I love that, but y'all seen natural quarterbacks that come in like, man, that dude can throw. You feel me? Like when you see him, like, dog, he can throw. Like you just see him and you like, man, he nasty. He can just whip that ball anywhere. And I don't think Dak has been that guy when he came out, and he got better at it each year. You feel me?
Yeah.
I think that's always kind of gonna follow him though his whole career, y'all. I don't know, just me.
Facts.
Until you win that Super Bowl. And I hate to use Steve Young as an example. Until he won that Super Bowl, he had until he won it. There's an image of somebody taking the monkey off his back. you're not going to get out of that hole until you win the Super Bowl. And case in point, heavy is the crown. Just like I can type into this Google thing and say, okay, how many career wins Troy Aikman got? And it will spit out 94 wins, right? It's not going to give me Michael Irvin's wins. It's not going to give me Emmitt Smith wins. The two people that get all of the credit regardless, quarterback and head coach. Nobody else. Unfortunately, that's just how it works. When the Denver beat us, they're not continuing to talk about Tim Patrick, for crying out loud. They said, man, Teddy Bridgewater, right? But we knew that Patrick TP, he was killing us. We couldn't slow him down, you know. But after the weeks and weeks went by, they gave all of the credit to Teddy, you know. So all of the credit, believe it or not, will go to Dak Prescott. And unfortunately, when we lose, all of the credit and all of the blame goes to Dak Prescott. We can't get mad at that. We're not hating. Yeah. These are just facts.
It's facts.
So if you want to flip it, Boss Cowboy,
yeah,
you know who need to have a hell of a performance?
But real quick,
really
before we go, before you change that point, I got to do something real quick.
3, 2, 1, drop it.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
Those grills, drop it hard.
Let's go.
It's time to
You dropped that point too good, Law. Go ahead.
Shout out to you for the donation over there, Scott. But you know who really need to have a good game?
Who's that?
He's not even running the ball or throwing the ball. Kellen Moore.
No, you going. Yep.
Kellen Moore.
Wait a minute. Hey, we got some big super chats in here, man. I want to kind of take that. And if y'all have super chats on y'all page, y'all know we all stop for people that's donating to our channels. Obviously, we'll stop for everybody. First of all, I'm seeing a big pivot in the chat to the run game. A lot of people want to talk about the run game. I don't know about y'all chats. I'm seeing a lot of people want to see Big Game James, his chat the same way. Yeah, my chat the same way. I'm looking at the chat. Everybody chat is trying to pivot to the run game. So we go pivot with y'all.
Right.
So
leave
first,
Dak alone.
I'm going to put two super chats together real quick and we'll address it just real quick, fellas. This first one come from Coach Marv. He said, Zach Martin told us the identity to run the ball and kill the crowd on the road and get back to our run game. All right, so I'm going to take this other big super chat for the $20. Man, appreciate that, big brother.
Nice.
He said, we need to run the offense through Pollard to open up play action, and Pollard has the skill set to do so. I'm going to read the rest of it. He said, Pollard has the skill set to do. We don't need to go get too pass happy moving forward. We can win if we control time of possession and run the ball. That's what I'm seeing.
T.O.P.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of people. And I've been seeing that lately. What's y'all thoughts on that? What's y'all thoughts on Tony Pollard and running the offense through him?
I'm going to go first. Go first on this. Go ahead. Just let me hit this real quick, Big Game.
Go ahead, OC.
All right, so look, man, Tony Pollard has proven to be the explosive vertical and east and west threat, right? More speed and explosiveness in this type of offense versus Ezekiel Elliott. I know Ezekiel Elliott has a bum knee, and he's working through that. But even when he's healthy, you got to mix in Pollard more into this offense because he gives you those explosive plays that keeps the defense honest and that keeps them from walking down safeties and playing an extra linebacker in the box because he can outrun those guys. Here's a little bit of fun statistics. Look, on all the games that we've won this year, we've only won one game, and that was versus the New England Patriots, where we threw the ball more than 40 times. We've only won one game where we've thrown the ball more than 40 times. Anytime we threw that ball more than 40 times, we lost the football game. So to the crowd's point, balance is king, and it bears out with the wins and losses.
Man, that crowd been going hard. What you got, Big? Oh, hold on. I don't hear you, big homie. Let me make sure it's not me. No, it's not me. Come out and come back in. You got some on that, Law?
You just don't wake up. You just don't wake up one day and say, "Okay, I'm gonna run the ball." Am I right, OC? No. It's got to be something that you methodically planned out, right? You got to be something that you tell everybody on the offensive line. We're gonna ground and pound. So I love that message who read it? Did you read it, Boss Cowboy, or the OC about Zach Martin?
That was big.
The big game James read that and said
that
the
was
key
big.
to the game or what have you is running the rock, quiet the stadium down.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that they stay committed to their commitment, of running the ball. Let's not get too cute. Running sets up the play action. Can you hear me?
No, that's big. He doing a test. Go ahead.
Oh, he doing the test? Yeah.
I can hear you, bro.
If they
You
can
can right
continue
now?
to run the ball, baby. I know it. Last game, Ezekiel Elliott averaged 2.8 yards per carry. That wasn't his best performance, but Tony Pollard was averaging 3.6. Boss Cowboy.
Yo,
What's 3.6 times 3? You know what I'm saying?
that's 18.
First down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It may not look pretty. It may look ugly, but sometimes those ugly games can create something pretty down the line. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No,
Go
well
ahead with
said.
y'all, man.
Yeah, go ahead, Big. We got you now.
Yeah.
Hold on real quick. I heard. Oh, he must don't hear us.
Yeah, he probably can't hear us.
Okay, he did something to his computer. He testing his mic. I see what he's doing.
Yeah.
Y'all give him a second, because he gonna come
put
right
those
back.
landing wheels on those planes. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
hey,
We
listen.
building it while it's in the air.
For everybody that say they want to get in the podcast game, you better get used to imperfection. You better learn how to deal with it. Imperfection got to be normal. You straight
Gotta
up.
be normal. But you think you know what it is, the OC and Boss.
What's that?
When that first and 10, you run it and you get 1. And then you're like, damn, I only got 1 yard, man.
Ooh.
And then you get up out of it. You go into a shotgun and then you pass it and it's incomplete. Now it's 3rd and long. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And now you antsy. I saw that, a little bit of that. Did you guys watch the game last night? The Seattle Sea Chickens versus the Washington. When Ross, he was going for the deep pass, deep pass. He had the underneath there.
Right.
They had some runs on the edge. They couldn't run up the teeth, but they got some runs on the edge. You got to be insane sometimes to run the ball. When
Right.
you're only getting 1 yard on the 1st and 10. And then you go back there and run it on 2nd down. And then all of a sudden, 5. You see.
Right.
But the team, I believe, with Kellen Moore, and I'm not trying to shoot him or stab him with the butter knife. I'm not trying to shank him. But sometimes I believe, and this is what Coach Marv, he called into the show all the time. He
Right.
said they got to relax and be patient with it.
Yeah.
Take that little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coach Marv be preaching that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got to
Coach
be
Marv.
committed. Stay committed to your commitment.
Yeah, listen, and Coach Marv is low-key exponentially influential. See,
facts.
because we all talk about your voice matter. It's multiple ways to make your voice matter. So when you're dealing with us, it's almost like putting a megaphone on your voice. So if you get an idea to Law, or you get an idea to me, or you get an idea to the OC, or you get it to the Kavanaughs, or you give it to the people that have the voices that expand around the nation, your good ideas also get out there too. So that's definitely Coach Marv, but that's also everybody that support our channels, all of our channels. So, and as our channel grows, it's like growing your own voice, because y'all can touch us. Like, it's not that many people that can get out there and go back and forth with their chats, take phone calls. We could take phone calls right now if we wanted to, so I just wanted to say that real quick and get back to ball.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
There
Go
we
ahead,
go.
Big.
All right. Well, I'm sorry about whatever anybody said, but all I'm gonna say is this: TP. I think somebody mentioned his yards after contact. I think he's like getting around 3.6. I think he's still higher than Ezekiel Elliott and has been higher than Ezekiel Elliott all year. So, a lot of what I'm seeing is that he gets those yards quicker he's getting to the line of scrimmage quicker than Ezekiel Elliott. I think that's one of the issues. I mean, I love Ezekiel Elliott. We all love Ezekiel. It's a freaking warrior, fighting through injuries, all that. But at the end of the day, he doesn't bring that explosiveness that Tony Pollard brings. When they hand that ball off to Tony Pollard, boom, he hits that line. I think there was one play, I don't know if you guys remember when he played against the Raiders, they hand the ball off to him and the guy came in the backfield. He made this quick cut. I don't know. I was like, how did he make that cut? I mean, it was like he did this quick jump cut and it was like, wow, he offers that. And then once he does the jump cut, the explosion right after that, That's what you need. That's what makes it easier when you run on first down, Kellen Moore, when you get kind of predictable run on that first down. If you run on that first down, you can get that explosive play and you can get a 6-yard gain. Now it's 2nd and 4. Now you can do a little bit of things, but it's like when they started out with Ezekiel Elliott and he's only getting like a few yards on those carries, it's like the offense becomes stagnant. You know what I mean? And we need that kind of whip appeal right now with Tony Pollard. Dog, ain't nothing, no shade against no Ezekiel Elliott, but when somebody's hot right now, you got to hand it to him. And Tony Pollard seems to, once he gets cooking, man, that offense seems to open up. Give him the ball, man.
So, because I've been seeing some growth on this, I want to get your thoughts on this, Big, the OC, and Law, because I honestly feel like this. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping. All right. So I really feel that Zeke's running style is underrated. I really do, because Zeke's running style is punishing, physical, but also productive when it comes to being able to move piles. And I think you get more first downs with the ability to push the pile past those chains than the explosion of Pollard. Because Pollard is more explosive, but Zeke is more powerful. And I think the power of Zeke is greatly underrated. Plus, I think Zeke's style wears down a defense. I do feel like this. Let me know if I'm tripping.
I agree with you though, boss.
My dog.
I know. I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'm talking about this game. You know, just like when there was the San Diego game,
right?
And you saw Tony Pollard was getting the juice again. He was like, okay, this is kind of a Tony Pollard game. Keep feeding him the ball. Keep giving him the ball. You know what I'm saying? He was the hot hand. And I think, you know, when the Raiders game came in and he was getting a little bit quick runs, man, keep giving him the ball, man. Like, keep giving him the ball. Like, running backs like him, give him, you know, don't go away from him. If he gets a 6-yard gain, come right back to him in some kind of facet and kind of get him loose. Because I'm telling you, man, once he starts getting that juice and breaking those gains and getting those 10, 15-yard gains, that's when that offense really does open. Zeke has that powerful punishing style, and you always want to start out with a running back like that because he's going to soften up that defense. You definitely want that. But in this type of game, especially with the New Orleans Saints, you're going to need some explosion out there, right? We're going to need some explosive plays from a Tony Pollard. We already talked about how they have the cornerbacks to kind of match our receivers. Now let's get some Tony Pollard out in space, get him out in the flats against one of these guys one-on-one, and let's see what he can really do. You're talking about this offensive line, and Zach Martin talking about, oh, we need to get back to running the ball. Well, they need to get back to doing that. I mean, it's been, 5 games, only one game, 100 over the team, as a team, over 100 yards as a team, like the last 5 games. This past game, I think it was only like 70 yards total. They have to run the ball, but at the end of the day, they got to get explosive plays from Tony Pollard in some kind of facet.
Yeah, good stuff, Big. I say that this is a very layered answer, Boss Cowboy, to your question. If we go back to when Ezekiel Elliott was drafted, he was drafted during the Jason Garrett, right at the end of the Tony Romo era. That football team was committed to lining up and running the football. And so he fit, and they fed him the ball. And late in the game, in the fourth quarter, we knew that Ezekiel Elliott was going to get 8-10 carries in that fourth quarter. And he was going to pound you and wear you out and break a 20, 30, 40-yard run at some point during that game. So I say for this offense, which is more so of a spread West Coast type flavor based upon Kellen Moore, that Ezekiel Elliott is not the optimal back for this type offense. He's a great back. He's a back that was drafted for a certain offense. Tony Pollard, in terms of having flexibility to get open on going east to west and running screens and running down the field and catching a football, Tony Pollard is more of the back that's crafted for this type offense. So you got a young play caller that's trying to prove himself. And I do think, no shade on Kellen Moore, but I do think that you're right about this, Boss Cowboy, that on some levels he ego play calls, right? He gets certain games and he ego play calls, right? And he's not as committed. Can you explain
ego play calls? Because people might not understand what you're saying.
So, empty at goal line. I'm playing. Go ahead.
No, you're right, Law. Ego play call is you got a chance to run a simple play that will get you 5 to 7 yards. But instead, you're trying to show a fancy play action complicated route tree play and throw the ball down the field. You do more than what you have to do. And if you get caught up into that, your ego can cause you not to call the simple, straightforward play that will be effective. And so I just think we're talking about two different backs here. Ezekiel Elliott is great. Tony Pollard is great. But for this offense, no, we need to incorporate a little bit more Tony Pollard to get those explosive plays. And listen to me carefully. Based on the way that Kellen Moore likes to call football games. And that's the key.
Yeah, and I think that Kellen Moore is a hell of an offensive coordinator, by the way. You know, this is only his third year, right?
Right.
Am I
That's
right?
fair.
You know,
That's fair, bro.
His third year.
Yeah.
So he got a lot and a long development to go through. And we're seeing some of the growing pains as relates to things to set up other things. Now, he's learning a lot on how to make the necessary adjustments with injuries. And I think that he did a great job so far. But I would love to see some more of that creativity with Cedric Wilson. You know, remember he was throwing the ball at one point. He was looking good. Some more of those splash plays with reverse. I think that we were doing pretty good with that. Do it until they stop it. I think that he would do it once or twice, and he'll stray away from it. Let's continue to, if it works, keep going at it. If it's not broke, don't fix it type of groove. And
let me
that's
ask
all I
y'all
have to
this.
say on Kellen Moore.
Let me ask y'all this one quick on Kellen Moore. I want to ask y'all this. Do y'all think that he kind of, you know, maybe gets maybe cocky when he feeling like, oh, we can beat this team, but maybe, okay, he getting kind of conservative in the game like KC, or you know what I'm saying? Like maybe you going against a coordinator like, you know, Bieniemy, or, you know, that's really can just get at, you know what I mean? Or, you know, Spagnuolo, who known to coach against Dallas. He was with them Giants. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he goes against these top teams, he gets maybe a little conservative. I don't know. Like, always be true all the time. Be that guy all the time. You know what I'm saying? Keep that throttle. You know, Dallas is better to me when they pick that offense up. When they get into the line quick, when they're kind of in that hurry up kind of offense.
Yeah,
that's when I like them, dog. That's when our offense really cooks to me.
Yeah,
Dak starts getting in a rhythm, starts rolling out. You know, the play action. You know, just all kind of things starts happening. I like when we do that quick tempo. I think that's the thing they really need to maybe this next 6 games really look at, is that quick tip ball offense. I like it, and I think it just gets Dak in a kind of real good groove, and the offense starts to really move.
Facts. I want to highlight this comment, bro, real quick, because it goes to your point, Big. My boy Big, my boy Special K said, Kellen Moore is like a teenager with keys to a Ferrari. Y'all check out this metaphor, man. My boy Special K in his bag. He said, you expect him to drive slowly, run game. But once he hears the engine, he can't help himself. Ooh.
Yeah, boy, he gonna make you bite down on it, boy.
That's a great analogy. It's you got all these weapons. You got all the and you come from a system at Boise State where you was free, college style. You able to go downfield, do what you want. Controlling the game, nah. We just like to get after it. And I think the offense to the Dallas Cowboys is perfect metaphor for a Special K, a Ferrari offense, and that sometimes you gotta drive it like a minivan. Just sometimes when you're trying to close out games, manage games, control clocks, you do want it to be boring. But how do you make a Ferrari boring?
Can't, man. You seen that stretch on the North Tollway, Boss Cowboy?
Yeah.
You know, you got that Ferrari.
Hit it.
No cops out there. You gonna see if she can scoot. You know, I'm just saying. You gonna say, shoot, 1st and 10. You say I tried,
right?
You ran it, but hey, it's 2nd and 10 now. I'm gonna try to see if this thing can scoot.
Man, Special K was in his bag on that metaphor, man. That dude,
that's a good metaphor, man.
That boy talking like Apostle Paul or somebody. That boy must have spent some time in the Word. He came out with speaking in parables or something, man. That boy been in the Word, James. That boy been in the Word, brother. That boy been getting his Bible on. He woke up this morning speaking in parables. That boy got up and said, I need to brush Dawit's teeth this morning or something. Yeah, man. But I want to talk about something else, man. We go, if y'all don't mind, let's flip this. Yes, in a different way.
Oh,
yeah.
Underrated. Keyword. Underrated.
So I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm thinking right now, and then let's talk about it, and then we can get into the final word. All right, y'all know that song by Biggie, right? Biggie, give me one more chance. Biggie, give me one more chance. Biggie, one more chance. Biggie, give me one more chance. Y'all feeling me? You see what I'm saying? I think my man got one more chance, bro. I think this is a good test for him. You know, this is a good test, and he should be at that point to where he should be weaned up into game shape to where we go really see this competition probably come to an end, because they got to wrap this up now. They coming towards the end of the season, and you right, Keystone. I see you. My boy say Davenport, don't sleep on him. I agree with you, bro. I agree with y'all. Everything you saying, don't sleep on him. Nah, we not sleeping, Keystone, not at all. But that's my point. Like, even Mike McCarthy said this might be one of the best fronts that we faced all year, especially when you say something like that and you consider the people we've already faced, like Bosa, like Hunt, like like Crosby, like so many of them other edges, and Mike McCarthy, like this the one that might get after us. Plus, they're pretty good at stopping the run. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on, you know, Lael Collins at right tackle and what y'all think will happen going forward.
Man, I lost my notes, man. But OC, can you inform me on it again with the balanced base?
Yeah, man.
Power.
So to your point, Law, here's a game that you got to play with tremendous base, and you got to play with balance and power, because when you're facing
base first,
he is a underrated pass rusher. He's quietly almost had a borderline, and hear what I'm about to say, and I'm gonna back this up with stats. He's quietly almost had a borderline Hall of Fame type career. This guy has 98.5 sacks on his career. Okay? 98.5 sacks. This guy is a double-digit sack guy in most of the years that he's played with New Orleans. And he's not a fast-footed guy. But the thing that Cameron Jordan does well, this dude plays with leverage. This guy understands how to get underneath your pads. He understands how to get your hands off of him, and he understands how to finish to the quarterback. So I pray and I hope that Lael Collins is ready to go, and I pray that even Smith is ready to go. But I pray, because I believe that Collins will get most of the work against Cameron Jordan. I hope he's ready to go with his punch and sit down, because if he's not, this guy is going to pressure the quarterback. He's going to pressure the quarterback consistently and may get some sacks. But here's the good news. This is how you keep a guy like Cameron Jordan honest. And I've said it before. You line up and you try to run the freaking football, and you use Pollard on the outside and on the screen game, and you do some quick tempo passes, catch and throw passes to get these boys off balance, and that will keep that clean. But on 7 9-step drops, I'm scared, actually. I'm scared. Because if he's out there on the island too long, I'm going to say this. No shade. I think the Collins will get beat by this kid, to be honest with you.
The OC.
The film breakdown.
Yeah, it wasn't no film breakdown. I just want to hit that button.
That was some good stuff. I'm agree with the OC what he's saying about with Cameron Jordan against Lael Collins. Remember we talked about, I think it was like last week, where we had Lael did a move where he dipped and he couldn't bend down. It was like he was just kind of in concrete right there. Yeah. That's a little worrisome to me, because Cameron Jordan is a veteran. He's not that speed guy that's going to kill you off that edge with the speed, but he's a wily veteran. He knows moves, counter moves. He knows hand placement. He knows all those type of things. And I think that's where I'm worried a little bit about Lael, him setting Lael up. And also, even with Davenport's only played like 6 games this year, started only like 4, and he already has 5.5 sacks. So what that tells me is Davenport has a lot of speed. What does Tyron Smith have problems with? Not them guys that once he locks his hands on, but that guy that sits right there on that edge and boom, hits that snap count, bam. That's what Tyron Smith has problem with. He does. I mean, he's a monster, but that's what he has problem with, those speed guys. So I'm gonna keep my eye on that. So that's where I think McCarthy is talking about with that front. So just like to the OC's point, got to be some quick passing, got to be some quick tempo. If I'm telling you, if we play that quick tempo offense, we need to play that quick tempo offense. It's gonna be loud anyway. You need to go to it. You don't want to sit there. And they said they were having a problem with KC, right, with the noise and stuff. Correct. So need to go in here. It's going to be loud in the Superdome. So let's get some quick offense, quick passing, quick tempo, and get that stuff going. Not like you said, the 5, 6, 7 step drops, Dak all under pressure, all kind of stuff, man. The offense getting out of whack, 3 and outs. Dog, not good.
Yeah, they said Davenport is questionable, I believe. So hopefully he don't play, but he's questionable. So we'll find out, man. Demario Davis is the guy that we would play close attention to, man. He's better against the run than passing, so hopefully we can figure out a way to keep this team stressing. And the key to beating the Saints is TOP, and that's what happened with majority of the losses that they had. The defense been on the field forever and a day, and I don't care how good your defense is, right? If your defense is on the field for majority of the time, you will hold that L.
Gotcha. I just want to take a brief look at their roster real quick and just kind of get y'all opinion on just any kind of potential threats or matchup issues you guys might see, or even opportunities that we should try to exploit. Because I think one of the people that's gonna try to give us fits, I think it's gonna be Taysom Hill. My gut feeling with what they trying to do with Taysom Hill, and this is just my gut feeling, I think this is saying that they getting ready to try to be physical. I think they want to have a physical game with us. I think that's just my gut. When you start him at quarterback, you saying, in my opinion, you feel me on that, Big? To me, that's saying you want to punch us in the mouth. So let's punch you in the mouth.
This game is personal, dog. I'm telling you, man. When I seen Trevor Siemian, I was like, okay, we can really get at him. And I ain't even scared of no Taysom Hill, but it's just the point of this game. When I seen Sean Payton saying, Hill's getting first team reps, I'm like, oh boy, okay, here we go. He on that. He on that, huh?
Exactly.
He on that, huh?
Right.
Didn't y'all didn't think that?
Yep.
Oh, Sean Payton, he on that. Okay, this game personal, y'all. We got to come with it this game. Sean Payton is saying this game is personal, Cowboys. Don't come in here playing around.
That's right.
Yeah. And Sean Payton know what it's about, he looking at this thing saying, oh, you gave the job to Jason Garrett, oh, you never came back for me. But it's one of those situations whereas, yes, this is a personal game. A lot of people don't understand it, but it is what it is. The Saints and the Cowboys got bad blood. We love each other any other time, but when we play each other, oh man, it's bad blood, and we looking for revenge, right? Last time we played them, it wasn't a good situation. And when we say we are not scared of a quarterback, we had this talk track before. We wasn't scared of Teddy Bridgewater. Look what happened. We wasn't scared of Derek Carr. Look what happened. So Taysom Hill, we want to make sure Parsons can get to you and make you feel everything that he shooting at you, and I think that he's a one read guy, right? He stares down his receivers. His arm is suspect, so this should be a game also that my guy Trayvon Diggs get back up on the stat sheet as it relates to an INT. I'm making a prediction right here. Diggs gonna have him an INT. That's my prediction.
Oh, hold on. That's a button.
3, 2, 1, drop it.
That's a
Remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go.
And we gonna come back to that if you hit your prediction. That's just fair. All
right.
All right, Big. I'm gonna put you on the spot before final words, bro.
What's up?
Cause I ain't hit your button all day, so it's time.
Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Big game changer.
Game changer.
Let's have some fun. Let's have a good time, man. Let's kick it.
So So we gotta end this on game changer, bro. I think that's just appropriate. Is CeeDee Lamb gonna be the game changer? Cause he gonna get his chance.
In this game against the Saints?
Yeah, he gonna get his chance, bro.
He needs to, because and I even said it, boss. I don't run away from it. That's my game changer to me.
Yeah.
But when Amari Cooper, when he the first game he went out, the first thing I said on my show, everything, I said, CD, I already said you the game changer, you make game changing plays, but you really need to show you a game changer. Really need to show you a number one now that Amari Cooper's out.
Right.
You're the god now. You need to show that. You can't have them drops. You feel me? Can't have those lapses of concentration. Because I'll tell you right now, one of the reasons why Coop is that dog is because if it's 3rd and 6 and they need to go to it, you can probably count on Coop making that play. CD, right now, you'd be like, you'll think about it. You know what I'm saying? Not because he can't make that play, because he loses his concentration. So he needs to come up and play big. He already went out with the concussion. When you needed him in that KC game, he needs to play huge in this game, fellas. He needs to come out with them like 9 catches, 150 yards, couple touchdown type game. He need to get all over Marshawn Lattimore, because Marshawn Lattimore gonna be all up in his grill.
Yeah, and that's why I rock with you, big. That's why I rock with you, bro.
I got my game changer ready.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hold on, let's hit the button. I gotta hit the button.
Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Yeah.
Big game change.
Game changer.
Let's have some fun. Let's have a good time, man. Let's kick it.
Reinforcement coming, baby. If you don't think that he's not going to change the game, I'm right now calling him DeMarcus Lawrence. I'm not calling him Tank. I'm not calling him D-Law. I'm calling this man DeMarcus Lawrence. He got to be the game changer, because from what I was listening to the Dallas Cowboys players, they said even though he's not playing on the field, his impact is felt from his words, right? Now it's time to turn those words into action. So against the New Orleans Saints, I recall a couple of years ago, he said, man, we got to punch him in the mouth. So DeMarcus Lawrence, in order for you to become D-Law, Tank Law, or any other word of variations of law, be the game changer.
Yeah.
No,
he been hella.
Hype my dog up now.
Hey, dog. You are 100% right, because hey, you 100% right, dog. Because you remember how we've been talking about him when we was doing our shows last year. How he need to step up. And here's another thing, Law. He been hella tweeting, ain't he?
Yeah, he been tweeting.
Soon. Cartoon characters, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff. Yeah. So my thing is like this, dog. When you're doing all kind of tweeting like that and saying all kind of stuff, and you coming back, you better hit that ground running, because it ain't like you a rookie. Feel me? You better come back and hit that damn ground running, because guess what? Michael Parsons don't play like no rookie. He just getting better and better and better. So ain't gonna be no excuses, right? You feel me? We ain't gonna be hearing, well, D-Law getting double teamed all the time. We got a Michael Parsons now. Remember what's that Fantastic Four when he said, we got this? He said, well, we got a Hulk. Well, we got a Michael Parsons now, dog. You feel me? We got a Michael Parsons now. So D-Law, you should get some one-on-ones. We got a Michael Parsons now. Show what you made of.
The game changer gonna open up for Osa Toey. Osa hit that rookie wall. So now they can't double team them all. Come on, D. Y'all gonna make me mess up. Come on, DeMarcus Lawrence.
I'm finna put everybody on the spot. This get ready to be fun, because we don't do game changers talking about one. We got to talk about at least two, or we not talking about game changers. So here we go. Who finna be the game changer?
Who you got, OC?
Parsons?
Man.
Or tank this game? Who gonna be the game changer? Speak now or shut up.
Oh my gosh!
Speak now or shut your mouth.
So look here.
Wait a minute.
Ooh, that's how we do game changer. Who is your game changer?
I'm gonna speak clear. Okay, I completely agree with Law and Big Game that it is a huge lift for Tank Lawrence to come back, and I pray he is as disruptive in the run game as he normally is. With that said, I think he's gonna have a great game, but I'm going with consistency, and you can't make the club in the tub, and you can't double team all of them to Law's point, and if you let Micah Parsons get off one-on-one, he's gonna create some havoc. If I had to choose one, I'm taking Micah Parsons as my game changer.
Oh shoot, man, y'all got all type of wildlife over here.
I'm next. I'm next.
Come on.
I'm going with Tank for this game.
You give him his nickname already.
Yeah, I'm giving it back to him, bro. I think he know it. This is why he been watching that youngster turn up, man. He been watching that youngster, and he know. Tank. Yeah, they ain't talking about me. So I gotta make them know me, remember me. So y'all remember when he had his biggest sack year, what did they say that offseason? They first drafted Taco. And before they drafted Taco, they said, we looking for a war daddy. With him in the building. What did he do? Game 1 versus the Giants. He went crazy. This is that same environment that he's in. So for this game, even though I know OC, and this is a hard one to go against you on, bro. This is a hard one. You got the higher ground on me. You shooting down on me because Parsons is the freak. He's the real freak. But I think the guy that's gonna play better football Thursday, I think it's gonna be Tank.
I think. Let me say this before y'all continue, man. That's almost a trap question, Boss Cowboy, because. One, yeah, and let me explain. One complements the other. This is yin and yang. This is like Anakin Skywalker. Like he's balancing the force. You know what I'm saying? This is like the person that comes in to balance the force.
Like Cooper to CeeDee Lamb.
Because you can't.
Because Cooper, without Cooper, you don't have a game changer of CeeDee Lamb. I get it.
No, that's not.
I know, I get it.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I'm talking about Tank Lawrence and Micah Parsons rushing the quarterback, because if you single up any one of those guys when they're healthy, they are going to create havoc. They are going to be extremely disruptive. So it's a yin and yang. But the better athlete with the better speed and the more productive guy this year has been Micah Parsons. And so I'm still doubling down with him as the game changer for this game.
Okay, you could be right on that too. You could be right on that. That's why I say you got the higher ground, bro. You listen. I'm just betting on the guy that's gonna play better football. Who your game changer, Law?
Oh, you already know, man. I just said DeMarcus Lawrence. Ooh. He better be the game changer for this game. Been talking all of that good stuff. So DeMarcus Lawrence, you know, you just said Tank Law. Now, look, I'm gonna call him DeMarcus. He better get it. Look, he had 5 tackles, 1 forced fumble his first game, right? And I think that he wanted to have a hell of a season this season. So, hey, he's been chomping at the bit. He want to get out there and showcase to the world, hey, he is the leader of this particular team. And that's what everybody been saying in the locker room. But everyone have a reason, and results are what matter. So let's see if he can get those results.
My boy been sitting in the yes, so you bro.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you know what? I've been thinking, listening to y'all, and I've been like, damn, DeMarcus Lawrence, I feel like but you know what? I'm like, he coming back. He been talking a lot of, you know, whoa.
All right.
But mine is still gonna be that LT-ish. Freak of nature. I can't stop watching this dude all day, all night. And let me tell you what he's gonna do in this game, y'all. D-Law may turn up like the whole game, right? But Parsons gonna make that game-changing play. Remember when we was watching that Raiders game, and Parsons kept getting close and kept getting close. You like, he gonna get one, and he gonna get it when we need it the most, and he did. Right. And that's the difference between him. He gets them when you need. Okay, you know what? We need Parsons to make a play, and he gonna make it. That's the difference, dog. That's the difference. Even if they double, he gonna figure out a way to do it, and that's why we got a game-changing player in Parsons.
Can I change mine?
No.
Bro, it's hard to go against Parsons, bro. I'm just saying, bro. Listen, bro. Hey, man.
Be consistent.
Nah,
Be
man,
consistent.
This is the hardest game-changing debate we've ever had, bro.
Leave me by myself?
Yeah, I will, bro. In a heartbeat, homie. say, oh yeah. I'll leave you by yourself.
He go shit
Man,
on the island like
y'all wrong, man. Y'all on that.
No, I'm with you, Law. I'm with you, bro. Hold on. Button for button. Hold on, let me see. Let me find me a good button. Let me see.
Come on, there.
what?
Yeah, I'm with you, Law. I'm all the way with you, big homie. All right, this is the last thing we're gonna talk about before final words. NFL fairness. What is going on, bro? Did he win this appeal today?
No, hold on. You got to hit the button, though, man.
Breaking news.
Perfect. You got it, Law.
Hill won half of his suspension. You know what I'm saying?
So he
only got one game juxtaposed to 2 games.
Damn.
So,
Damn,
Tristan Hill.
They doing us so bad, bro.
They doing us wrong.
Man, they doing us wrong, bro. Like, this is the league. How do you watch Harrison Smith choke out CeeDee Lamb with no response for weeks, but within days, ain't nobody saying Tristan Hill was right, but it's been a whole lot of punches going on in the NFL without that quick justice. And without that level of justice that they put on our boy, man. I'm not for players doing stupid stuff, but I'm also not for my players being treated differently than other players that do stupid stuff. That's my final words on that issue. I'm sick of it, and at some point we got to find a way to send a message to the league. Some kind of way, because the Dallas Cowboys are being picked on at this point. We consistently be having too many penalties. They didn't give Michael Parsons no holding calls. They was painting Anthony Brown with a yellow cloth, who didn't have no PIs the whole season. At some point, you got to call a spade a spade. That Goodell, get over your beef with Jerry. It's silly.
But it's not just with Roger Goodell. Can you look up Troy Vincent? And let me know what his title is. Can somebody put Troy Vincent title up there? You know, it's much more with the Dallas Cowboys as a collective. And we all know Troy Vincent, he played for the Washington team. I think he played for the Eagles, of course. Yeah. And then he played for the Miami Dolphins. So he don't have no good love. Yeah, Troy Vincent don't like the Cowboys. You know, so you got everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, that's going up against the Cowboys, and you're expecting to have the good results as it relates to fair and balance, and you're not going to get that. What that say right there? I can't read it, Boss Cowboy. What would you got right there?
Oh, that's Troy Vincent. He's basically the guy that was over the appeals process, born in 1970, a former American football cornerback for the Miami Dolphins, Philadelphia Eagles, Buffalo Bills, and Washington Redskins for the National Football League, and historically, rumor says he was known for being a very dirty player, to your point. And this is the guy, this is where Law is going with this. Law is saying this is the guy that's rendering judgment on Tristan Hill and his appeal, and it's no shock that he got 1 game when he really should have got 0.
Yeah, and why can't nobody else see that but us? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to get a former player that played against a certain team, you know, to make rule and judgments. It's crazy.
It's crazy, man.
It's crazy.
So I'll get into the final words unless y'all want to talk about that. But I just want to kind of vent about that. That pissed me off because Tristan Hill was starting to ball, man. Like it just aggravated me. I know Big been talking about this for a minute. Big been saying we've been waiting on you, Tristan. We've been waiting on you, Tristan. And then he get here and he turning up and then he gone.
Gone. Well, they gave him 2 games, so now he only suspended for 1.
Yeah. So but it just still pissed me off. What you got? What you got, Big?
Oh no, just bouncing off you, man. It's just like you said, man. The worst thing in the world is when you sit there and you see this stuff and you don't want to be that guy, right? Y'all don't want to be that guy. You just want to shut up. Like I don't even want to say nothing. I don't want to say nothing on my show. I don't want to say nothing. I just want to be quiet. I don't want to be that dude. But daggone it, fellas, come on, man. This is obvious. Like I am not gonna come out and say, "Oh man, they ain't picking on us." Yes, it really is true. They are really doing it. Like, I mean, they're any little thing, they're highlighting it. I mean, John Mara, whatever, from the New York Giants, they're over top of rules committee and things of that nature. New York Giants, you feel me? That means I don't like the Dallas Cowboys. So anything that happens, they're the ones that were on the taunting, right? They're the Murrah or from the Giants over the taunting rule. We can't be having that. So guess what? Dallas Cowboys, we said we can't have that. And look at Jerry's team being all unruly. All right, man, let's go ahead and hit them. You know what I'm saying? Like, this just, y'all got to stop that. And it's frustrating, but I feel like it ain't going to stop. It ain't going to never change. And that's just the way it is. And Cowboys just going to have to deal with it and have to try to do the workaround. Remember when they had the Shaq rule? I mean, he was getting hack-a-Shaq, all that. Just got to figure out a way to work around it, dog, because it ain't going to stop. The hate ain't going to stop for Jerry. The hate ain't going to stop for the Cowboys. And it's just going to keep on going down. But, like you said, boss, you got to make it a light some kind of way, because that Raiders game in particular, dog, that was just – those pass interference calls were not right.
They weren't right.
What about that roughing the passer, man? What about that one?
Yeah, I mean, that roughing the passer bothered me, but those pass interference really bothered me because it was like, come on, dog. We seen way worse. No, third down. Like, that's when I was feeling like I was tweeting like, man, this game rigged. That's what it made me feel like. That's what it made me feel like. For the first time watching NFL game, people always like, them games be rigged. And I'm like, all right, come on, dog.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to hear all that. Flag. But dog, that game felt rigged.
Yeah.
I'm like, third down. And it's a good play. And it's like, and it's a late flag. I'm like, all right, man, come on, dog. Come on. Yeah. Y'all doing the outcome of the game, betting. What's going on out here?
Yeah,
that was terrible.
So, final words. I started off. First of all, I want to say thank everybody for always supporting all the channels that's represented with Law, with Big Game James, with Boss Cowboy Sports, with me and OC. We greatly appreciate that. We also appreciate, as a final word, the way that y'all support us. So make sure y'all continue to do that, because as y'all put cash apps and the super chats and all that kind of stuff, that put us in a major growth place. So even like Law and I, we've been discussing, we started discussing it last year. We go definitely execute it this year. We gonna be able to do a lot of special stuff in training camps in terms of bringing training camps better to y'all, because we learning how to work together this year. So it's stuff that's going way into the future that I want y'all to continue to support. But my final words going into the game is, I think we're going to win this game. I think it's going to be a dogfight, but I think this is the type of adversity that's going to bond us. And I think everything is still, even though it looks very bump in the middle. The good thing is that it's the middle. It's the halftime of the season. It's mid-season. So COVID has broken out on our team, but it broke out early. So that gives us the strategies and stuff to bubble wrap our players and prepare for Christmas, where it's going to be another spike in that pandemic. So, so I'm expecting a win. I'm expecting the Dallas Cowboys to play hard. I think they go have the answer for Taysom Hill. And I think also Dan Quinn is going to be exponentially motivated. I think the motivation is going to be, this is his opportunity to interview again. Okay, so if he win this game, he gonna be able to, whenever he decides to try to get back into the head coaching market, he gonna be able to say, hey, I was taking on a team at the last minute that I had to take over that lost 2 out of the last 3 games, and they was looking to me to turn the momentum, even though I was the head coach and I took that responsibility. So you go get the best out of Dan Quinn for sure, because if he has any ambition left, he go let it all out this game. He go try to showcase that he is worthy of another opportunity. So when I look at everything coming together, even though it's bumpy and it looks bad, and you missing people from COVID, and you missing you know, a lot of stuff that's going on that's weird, I feel like it's all working for us.
Yeah, so my final word is that this is a game that the Cowboys need to win. And this is the beginning of the stretch run where you need to begin to truly gel as a team. And it's 2 things that travel, and it's 2 things that need to travel going toward the end of December and into the playoffs. Those 2 things are a running game and a defense. Those are the 2 things that need to travel. And so the Cowboys have to begin to come into some of these hostile environments and impose their will. Line up, run the football, keep that clean. Kellen Moore, help us out with some quick tempo passes, some screen games, some drag routes, some slant routes, things to get the ball out quick to get back in a rhythm. I think that Dan Quinn will coach very, very well. I think that the defense will have a collective haul of an effort. And I think that the Cowboys should win this game going away. Very, very tight game, though. Very, very tight game. Not an easy win, but I think the Cowboys should win this game going away.
Good stuff. You know, my final word is this. You know, we talked about this earlier in the year when we saw the victory against the New England Patriots on, you know, in overtime, and then Cooper Rush winning that game in Minnesota. A lot of us were saying, I'm still saying, said in the very beginning of the season, we'll see. We've been talked about, heard this too many times before, same old thing. But you know what? I've been saying, you know what? This team feels different. And I still feel that way. I still feel this team is different. But you know what? For me to feel that way, Cowboys, you got to show it this Thursday. This is where you need to show it that this team is different. Okay? Because this is when it's right here. You got COVID going on. You got adversity. I don't know how Dan Quinn is going to coach this game. I'm going to keep it real, y'all. I don't know how he's going to coach this game. But I know this is a critical game as an organization, as a team, as a unit. Just like you said, the building blocks, the closeness, the camaraderie that everybody's talking about. This team is different, right? The players been saying this team is different. The coaches, everybody been saying this team is different. Well, show us this Thursday this team is different. Yeah, it might be a close game because of a hostile environment. But you know what, Cowboys, show me you can go in there and smack them around too. Show them that you can go in there and, you know what, maybe we can beat you by 2 touchdowns. Maybe let's go in there and show them that we are for real and go ahead and beat them boys up. Let's not say we're going to play a tight game. Let's go in there and beat them boys up and let everybody know the Cowboys are for real. Show them this Thursday, Cowboys. Show us you are for real. That's my final word.
Good final word right there, Big Game James. It's a battle, man. I got must win in the title for a reason. And it's for both sides, basically. But we ultimately want the Cowboys to win. But you guys be foolish to think that Peyton is not looking at this situation saying, I want to showcase to Jerry that I am a real head coach, right? And we got somebody else named Chris Richard. I know Dennis Allen is the defensive coordinator, but Chris Richard is sitting there saying, oh, yeah, y'all ran me up out of here. Okay, I'm going to showcase what I can bring to the table as relates to the secondary. He's the secondary coach over there. So they looking for revenge. We looking for revenge. And we're not finna fold up like a wallet or a lawn chair. Dak Prescott, we talked about this before. Regardless of the situation, the win column and the loss column goes to Dak Prescott. So Dak Prescott being a Louisiana native, hey, he want to showcase to the world and to the heavens that, hey, I am the real one. So with all of that being said, Cowboy Nation, regardless of everything, we got to come out of this thing victorious. Because did you guys get a chance to hear what the Washington team said? That they want Dallas? They want Dallas. They want Dallas. Just last week, the Eagles was talking all of that noise, and now they hushed. So now it's time for us to hush the Washington team. Why not do it right now? We got to go into December to let everybody know that this team is not going to fold up. This is not the same old Cowboys. I was listening to a podcast show earlier this morning. Jeff Saturday was talking about, hey, one thing that I do know for sure about football, you don't want to limp into the playoff. You want to be red hot in December. And let's remember this, Cowboy Nation. It starts this week. The Dallas Cowboys going on this run. I predicted that they would be 13-4. Well, damn it, we lost 4 games. Let's go on this run. Let's go get this victory. Let's showcase to the world, including the aficionados, that we are America's team and we are victorious. Let's go, Cowboys.
That was the final word, man.
Let's go.
That was the final word, man. I love the final word. I really do.
Law Nation.
I just wanna run it up.
Yes.
Kinda check or something. I've been really in the field, let up. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game.
That money loss.
I'm with T-Black, I'm with Revan now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, let her rush.
We in the field. We love to rush. We go run it up. We out.
Peace.